Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. Technical glitch. That was an
my
absolute
issue.
fail.
Yeah.
Blame it all on Johnny.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do. Johnny's fault.
Yeah.
I like
That's
to
it.
talk now.
That's it.
That was me.
Johnny's fault.
Johnny's fault. That was me dinner. That.
Yeah.
Slow cooker.
Well,
I've got a kitchen.
you did it.
Yeah. Do you not hear it?
You know, so yeah.
Go on. What are you saying?
So going back to it. Yeah, just like
What we talking?
Thoughts and feelings.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. We put us out.
Yeah. Cut us out on it. We were talking about.
Let's start again.
Weren't we?
We were getting into a really deep conversation then. It was getting good.
I know, yeah. Fucking internet. I know it was getting good. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
So yeah,
yeah.
Should we start again then?
Let's start again. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, decent week. Yeah, as we were pointing on, just I was in the office today. We're just packing it up. There's a refurb that's going to be happening. So 6 weeks at home, happy days, sort of thing. So just it's about keeping a routine, breaking it up, and yeah.
Mine's my routine's this.
Yeah,
I've just got.
Yeah, so feeling tired and off it, and
yeah, of course, yeah. I'm tired because I'm having the kitchen done. We haven't got a kitchen. We're kind of everything's everywhere at the minute, you know. But it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. It'll be done in a couple of weeks, but I'm working, and then obviously I work from a laptop, so everything's. It's all right though. It'll be done in a few weeks. So it is what it is. But other than that, I'm all right, mate. I'm gonna have a quiet one this weekend. What was I going to say to you?
Yeah, that's what it's about, isn't it?
I'm going to do some group coaching soon, so I'm going to launch something soon. So it'll be like, it's going to be dead cheap, like £50 each. It'll be like, we have the maximum. We can only have 10 per group, 10 males per coaching group. It doesn't mean that it'll just mean if we get 30, 40 people, we just do it on alternate days. But then it's like they'll get. So it's a group call, 10 people max. You get 60 minutes each week, where it's a group. It's all about coaching, about improving your mental health, tips, tools. It can be a bit more personal, this, with bits of homework in between. And it's just kind of like a rolling thing, you know. It's like a subscription. So, going to release that this weekend. Give a bit more back.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that should be good. So I'll keep everyone posted with that. So going back to where we were getting into a deep conversation about the uncomfortable, and it. Yeah, I think it's like talking about alcohol before. You know, to change your habits around that, you've got to have some insight into what's actually going on inside your head, because like I said, it's the same with everything. When you if you self-sabotage, there's an underlying reason why you do it. But you know, if you're doing it occasionally, now, you know, I love a KFC. Now, sometimes I'll eat it when I'm stressed, but I don't do it all the time. That's the difference. Yeah, it's now and again. No. So, in my opinion, what I always advise is if something's not in line with your values, if it's holding you back, what do you want from life? What is it you want to achieve? Say, for example, you are doing something to prevent you from achieving that. It could be drinking, eating, could be your personality, it could be one of many things, couldn't it?
Well, you know, I think about your environment. It could be the people you're hanging around with. There's various, you know, different sorts of things it could be. And like, sorry to interrupt you there, but you can change it. You know what I mean? You can change that.
But for me, like, I don't think people. I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying there's some people do not like it. They don't like the fact that it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to bring up some issues.
Yeah.
Do you know when I do mindfulness stuff with people?
Yeah.
I talk to them when we're doing it. So I'll be like, have you got any difficult thoughts coming up? Yeah. And I always say, I validate, it's like, it's normal. You know, it's going to feel like that for a bit. But it will go, it will pass. You're just becoming more present.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. And a lot of people think you need to fight it, whereas you just need to allow it in, don't you? You need to let it consume a little bit and let it pass, rather than trying to keep your doors locked and then keep them thoughts outside. Whereas open the door, let them in, and just feel that. You have to feel it to go through it, sort of thing, haven't you?
That was bang on.
That's the uncomfortable bit.
People try to fight it.
Yeah.
People do try to fight it. Fighting, distracting. Yeah, it's not. No, we're not saying it's a major problem. But if you've been doing that for years and years, and you've got a lot of life to live, do you not want to learn something else? You want to establish a new technique that's going to help you change the way to respond to your anxiety. Do you agree?
Mine just went out then. Sorry.
Just crack a bit. It's all right. We'll chop it down a bit afterwards. I was just saying, like, I think when you say to somebody, when you need to change, when it becomes a problem, when it takes you away from things.
Yeah. Definitely.
Why does an alcoholic drink? Why do they drink?
Yeah, there's always an issue. Yeah, there's always an issue behind that. So it could be. Yeah, there's something underlying. They just think, I just like a drink. Well, no, that's not it, is it? Really, I just like a drunk. I just like to get drunk. I like a drink, sort of thing. You are escaping something.
It's an escapism, isn't it?
Because, yeah, that's it. It's a drug at the end of the day. So, for that feeling of, it was like me, what was it last week or something, when I said to you, I feel crappy, been doing dry John, I was like, I've come into the end of it. And obviously I said last weekend, we went out for a meal.
Yeah.
And I was going to have a drink too, but then I think it was a Thursday. And I was like, do you know what? I'm having a drink. I had like one glass. But then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to get into a rut where I'm like, drink every night, you know what I mean? Now I'm like, whereas before I'd be like, right, I'll have another drink. And it's, now you can control it when you're feeling bad. And at the same point, I knew it'd pass. I knew I'd come out the other end. And she said to you, feeling if you a bit crappy, and you said, oh yeah, I'm feeling a bit crappy today or whatever. But at the end of the day, it won't last. That won't last. Well, do you know what I mean?
When you're quite new to things like that, I'm not just singling out alcoholism. There's a lot of there's a lot of things people do to self-sabotage. People can use words. It can be a personality, like I said, it could be food, drink's just one of them. There's so many surrounding factors as to why we self-sabotage. And if people don't know what self-sabotage means, it's we do everything in our power to kind of block out the difficult thoughts and feelings that are going inside our head. So we'll find something comforting to suppress our emotions. Yeah. And we know it's going to give us that instant high. It's going to make us feel better. That's
it's
what
like
it is.
A lot of release. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I think you have to change. You have to have an element of insight into your own issues, and I think the way I always get people to do, or the way I've done it myself, is find some clarity. Find clarity. So, pen and paper. Get a pen and paper. I was saying this today on a video, wasn't I? I was like, I would. This is just how you determine what's happening in a minute. So you could put something at the top of your page. It could be like, I want to move abroad. I'm desperate to move abroad.
Yeah.
And then when I work backwards, it's like role play. It's like, well, why do you want to move abroad? Weather's crappy. I just hate the country. Expensive. Food's crap. Blah blah blah. Right. Well, do you go away much? Just an example. Not really. Not much. No. Right. So why do you want to move abroad?
Yeah.
You know what it's going to be any different abroad. You kind of retrace your steps backwards. When you're trying to change a habit, like with when I
break it down.
When I've had problems in the past when I've had issues with things in the past, I didn't know what to do. To be honest, I didn't know how to take action with I didn't feel like there was an issue, but it was other people did see it was becoming an issue. So it was kind of like, my partner, for example, So what I started to do, because I think people used to know, why are you drinking halves when you're going out? Well, the simple reason is I enjoy a drink, I enjoy a beer, but if I know there's going to be a bit of a session on at the weekend, I'll drink halves. I'm drinking half the amount I'm having. And I did a little bit of that dry Jan as well, although I failed last weekend because we were out for my birthday. But I had my first bit because it's
good excuse.
Yeah, well, it's took a few years, hasn't it? I think to sort of takes a while to change your habits and things. But I think I had my first beer last Saturday. I was like, it's all right. Wasn't like I needed that. But that's developing more insight into why I used to do it. Like why, I kind of question a lot of things now. It's like if we go out, if I've had a bad week or something's happened and then something's happened in my life, it's kind of like, right, Saturday's coming, it's such and such a body's birthday. Could be quite heavy. So I'd be thinking, like, this is me developing my self-awareness. It's like, right, I'll have 4 beers, 5 beers max. I'm not going to have any more than that. The reason I'm not going to have any more than that is because I might start feeling like crap. Because something's happened in my life, I might want to drink more.
Yeah.
And then I don't like the way it makes me feel the next day. I don't feel like I've got any energy.
No. Yeah.
And I think when I did self-sabotage and I was starting to change my relationship with things, I wrote it down. So I'd be kind of like write things down. I'd be like, right, let's recall the events. Try and recall what happened. So I'd write down what happened before I decided to have a binge. X, Y, and Z. Okay. So, and then I'd put down, why did I do it? Because I wanted to block out what was going on in my life. I just couldn't take it. And it's and then I'd write down, how was the feeling during the during the session? I was like, I felt on a high. And they'd be like, is that why I did it? I'd be like, yeah, I think so. And then how did I feel afterwards? Upset, sad, and then it was like anxious, no energy, stop doing, I wouldn't do things for a few days, or it'd get me into a bit of a bad rut.
Yeah.
And then I'd say it was impacting on, and then I started to recognise, well, it's impacting on other areas of my life that I want to try and move forwards with.
Well, it does. Yeah.
I'm not just saying, like I said, I'm not just singling out.
It does stop you. Yeah.
Not just singling out drink and stuff. It's just the kind of, I think if you put something, if you're doing something in your life that is, self-sabotaging, what I'd say to do would be, if you can, recall the build up to the event when you self-sabotage. So what actually went wrong in your life at that point? What was going wrong? What caused you to act the way you did? And ask yourself, am I acting like the person I want to be? And during the event, when you were self-sabotaging, it's kind of like, how did you feel? What was your emotions saying? How did you feel the next day? And is it impacting on any other areas of your life? So, and then it's kind of like, right, well, what can I do next time it happens? I can carry on asking myself these questions. So if something happens, there's another stressful event, I'm not going to go to my comforting habit to suppress my emotions. I'm going to ask myself these questions before I do it.
Pause.
Pause, reflect. Could I go and have a walk before it happens? To gather my thoughts.
That's it.
Should I do some mindfulness?
Chatting to people.
Do some mindfulness skills,
the
unhooking skills. I can feel the storms coming, so I need to steady the ship. So the storm's going to pass. These are all part of self-awareness, self-insight, and that it takes a lot of time to get good at this sort of stuff.
Yeah, it does. It takes a lot of inner work.
It's uncomfortable.
There's a lot.
That's what it is. It's uncomfortable. I think
uncomfortable, and
that's what it is. It's uncomfortable. I think we're not having to go at anybody here, but what we're saying is, I think some people don't like stepping into those feelings of feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah,
because that does take work, and we're all human. It's sometimes things happen, but I think things do happen. You have a stressful event again at some point in your life, and you might buck up. That shit happens, but it's how you respond to that situation. Are you going to carry on as you have done in the past, or with the stuff you're learning, are you going to change the way you respond? It's like is a simple way to look at things. It's like, right, I'm pretty good all year round. I have the odd wobble. Like I said, we're human, we do. And I thought, right, I'm having 2 weeks off at Christmas. I'm not going to train. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to relax. I'm going to let my hair down, because normally it's I've got as you well know, I've got a busy schedule. I like to train. I've got a lot of work on. I do other stuff, and it's like, right, I'm just not going to worry about things for 2 weeks. But I had a date in my mind. I'm back on such a date. I'm back in my routine on that day. I'm not going to keep this what I've been doing for 2 weeks. I'm not working towards my values. I'm probably I'll let my hair down, had a few drinks, maybe a bit more than normal, but I thought, right, well, I'm going to get back into my routine on this day, and I did do, and I got back into things again. I allowed myself that time, because if you don't allow yourself, let's just let your hair down, allow yourself to have that time, just relax.
Definitely. I think just on that relaxing, when I speak to a few people, go, I can't relax and I can't do this and I can't. I'm thinking sometimes you have to slow down. You have to slow things down, because if you go in at such a speed, you will crash. And then, like you said, you'll look at stuff, and one of them triggers might be drinking. And you're going down that avenue and you think, well, no, just pause. You need to just take your time sometimes and step back. Massively, I'd say. I mean, it was like,
what would your advice be?
Go on.
What would your advice be to someone that, so say you've got a client that's doing that, right? Okay. And like you, a dad, and he's got a busy life, and you said, what would your advice be to him? What if he says, I don't know, how do I pause? What do I do? How do I relax? How do I take some time?
If someone said that, I'd be like, well, to take some time for yourself. Relaxing could be just noticing what's around you, and like you say, feeling your fingers, feeling your toes, just looking around, just taking in, like you say, nature. Get outside, go for a walk. Sometimes it's the most simple things. It's even looking forward to that coffee in the afternoon. Some people can't. Do you know what I mean? Further than, little things like that. Just how look for. It comes back to being anxious as well. People. Yeah, it is the simple things, and we do look past that, don't we? Me, come.
Keep it simple. Now, why don't you create some better habits? For example, do you get up in the morning? Do you make the bed? If this is an example, if you because a lot of people do nowadays, do you work from home? What do you do before you log on your laptop? Do you roll out of bed? Do you get up? Do you roll out of bed? And then do you turn your laptop on? Or are you getting out? Are you getting up? Are you going to bed at a reasonable time? Are you getting up in the morning? Are you making your bed? Not everybody has breakfast, but do you have not everybody has a cup of tea or coffee?
Have a morning routine.
Morning routine. It's like, do you get up in the morning? Do you allow yourself that time before you log on? Because you are going to feel more tired. If you get up in the morning and you start work at 9 a.m., just an example, but you roll out of bed at 8:45, and then you're on your laptop, and then you've got a mountain of emails you've got to go through. Your anxiety is going to be through the roof. You're going to be more stressed. More anxious.
I was doing that, definitely. You will be. I remember years ago, I used to rush into getting up and rushing around, and then you get into work, and then you take things like that into your day, and it does impact you. Whereas if you feel prepared in the morning, like you said, you're getting out of bed, you're making your bed, you're going to have your morning coffee or have a little bit of a walk, you'll find yourself, you'll go into your day with a better mood, and you won't be as stressed, and you'll deal with things calmer rather than just rushing.
A lot of people do observe and notice things, but they don't know they're doing it. So when you go for a walk, what do you do when you go for a walk? You have a look. We all do it. Oh, that's a nice house. I've not been to that park for ages.
Look at that tree.
What we do?
Whatever.
Look at that tree. Cold today, isn't it? Yeah. Do you know when we talk about this, when we're doing the acceptance and commitment therapy techniques, people are doing that. But the easiest way you can do that is just by going outside. Or
it's going outside.
Going outside and getting some air. But I think going back to these are all parts of stepping out of that uncomfortable. It's and what I'm saying is building habits and changing your routine ever so slightly and making it simple. When do you sit at your desk? You're having lunch. Why don't you change your scenery today? Do you have to have lunch at your desk? Can you go in another room?
Can you take 15-20 minutes?
Well, it's not just for desk people. It's like when I used to work in the building trade. It was like you sometimes you're on a tight schedule, but it's like, well, I'd always make sure I'm taking me 30 minutes of my lunch. When a week is important. Taking time, but wherever you work, can you adapt things to suit? It's like, I think I always say to myself, right, if I've not made my bed, I'm gonna have a bad day. Sorry, that's come out wrong. If I've not made my bed.
No, if you've made your bed.
If I've made my bed, If I've made my bed, sorry. Well, this was back in the day. I thought if I've not made my bed, it's going to be a bad day. Like it's going to be a bad side. But because I've probably not got up early enough.
Well, that's it. So I get to the stage where I think, oh, should I be getting up earlier? And I'm like earlier and earlier. And sometimes it can, as long as you're getting up at a good time. Like you said, I think you're pointing on it, and you might have done this with one of your clients recently. I think I've seen on the comments that just concentrate on sleep, which I'm a big advocate of. Getting your regular sleep. If it's 7-8 hours regular, go going to bed at that same time, and this is, you know, not, I don't just mean like in the week, when you get to the weekend, you're staying up at all hours, go to bed at the same time, try and go to bed at the same time, and just do that for a week and see how you feel, and you will notice a change, you know?
No, it's like, I had somebody that I was doing therapy with a few years ago, and they used to go to bed at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, be watching television till 1, but they've been doing it for that long. That was their routine. And I said, and they were saying, I'm tired. Yeah. I'm not surprised, because you're tired, because you're doing that. But then, usual, they were getting up, rolling out of bed, getting office, like working from home, rolling out of bed, logging on, and everything just impacted them. So, rather than completely change things to start with, I said, I looked at, this is me being O2, I looked at the whole holistic, I was holistically looking at their environment. So I said, what time are you having dinner? Could you change are you having a healthy meal? Could you eat a bit earlier? Because they were eating at like 11 o'clock at night. Like, you try and eat a bit earlier. And then I think they liked, I think because they've got such a stressful job, they like something to unwind. So it's like, well, let's try and eat a bit earlier. And I know you like your television, but to start with, go up to bed, maybe go up to bed a bit earlier, watch television for 30 minutes, not 4 hours. And then we'll change that a bit. Maybe listen to a bit of music before you go to bed. We just really played around with the routine until we created better habits for it. A healthier routine.
Yeah, that's what it's about, isn't it? Yeah, healthier routine. Like you say, better habits, and that's it is just slowly changing it.
Yeah, there was something funny actually. There's something funny, I'll tell you. So this was, I think it was last year. Because my routine's a bit odd at the weekend. I go to bed a bit late at the weekend, but as long as I'm good Monday to Friday, and I like to just change it up a bit at the weekend. I'll stay up later watching a film. Like I said, you only need to change things when it becomes a problem, and you feel like it's becoming a problem and it's holding you back. That's the only way. For me, that's the only reason you need to change things, really. Like, if things are becoming a problem and you're not in line with your values. But going back to the point, I fell asleep on the sofa. It was like a Friday night, and Judy was in bed. And I come up, and I was like, I could hear this like meditation music. And I'm thinking, well, bloody hell, I'm not into meditation. Like, not really into it. And there's a massive difference between the mindfulness and meditation. A lot of people think it's the same, but it's not. Completely different. Like, I've already explained how it relates in that. But I come up and I thought, I thought, is she playing that? Got up to bed. I left it on. I was asleep within 5 minutes. Really relaxing though. It really relaxed me.
Yeah.
I didn't see her till late the next day because she was working. I said to her, when did you start listening to meditation music? Because she watches YouTube videos. She just comes on. I went, you can play that every night for me. I was asleep within 5 minutes. It's great.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I actually, it's funny you say that. It's I put it on now. Sometimes when I'm reading a book, I'll pull that on, and you're getting that lost in the book with that music on in the background. I tell you what, it's soothing. Like even just reading a book and breaking it up. So I try and do it more often than not now. And that's another thing that I found like switches me off is reading. A lot, you know what I mean? When you've got that time, it could be 15, 20 minutes, 10 pages a day, whatever. It could be nothing massive. But it's great when you get lost in the book, like, some of the books that we're reading at the minute. I think, if any of the guys want to share them, we can always share.
I used to hate reading because I didn't have the attention for it. I think it's because of my job. My job just involved reading all the time, like learning new things, researching. I'll be doing it forever. But I think the reason I didn't like reading was because I thought I had to. It sounds ridiculous. I thought I had to complete a book within a few weeks, and I thought I haven't got. Again, it comes down to self-awareness. I'd take a book away with me, and I'd read 2 pages ago. This is shed bored already. So but I did actually want to read, learn more. And I thought, right, what I need to do is, it takes me ages to read a book. Like, why don't I just read 5 pages today? And then I just built it up like that. And then I can read 10 pages.
Yeah.
Then I'll be able to read 20 pages. Then I'll be able to read 30.
Yeah.
Because I'm training my attention. My intention's improving by doing that. It's a good way to put it, isn't it?
And that's something that... No, it is, yeah. Your attention span, because I'd be the same. I wouldn't be, even if I was reading something, I wouldn't be reading it properly. Whereas now, I can really deep read like a book. Yeah, get absorbed in it, and then it's great when you're telling someone, explaining, so I'm reading this book at the minute, and you can take segments from the book, and I'm like, I never used to be able to do that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
So I do find that's helped as well. I'm not saying obviously meditation, mindfulness, but reading is quite it's soothing, rather than you're on your phone doom scrolling, which I did do an night, and I was like, what am I doing, sort of thing. Just get the book out.
Mindlessly scrolling. I've done that before, and then you sort of go, what am I doing? Do it now and again, and like, everybody's super glued to the phones nowadays, aren't they? Instagram, and I don't use.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I sometimes I used to take it off my phone, and I'm like, I'll put it back on my phone. Obviously, with things, social media that we're doing at the moment, just to keep active on them. But I find myself, I am more controlled with it a little bit now, whereas before,
using it for a different purpose. So it's like.
Yeah,
we've got we're doing the coaching stuff. It's like, well, I only got time to invest into this, and then if you sort of allow yourself so much time every week, go right. I'll allocate myself this time to have a look at social media. I never do, because I don't really look at what everybody else is doing.
No.
I'm not really interested.
Yeah,
and
the thing is that. It comes back to it, doesn't it? If you are looking at others a lot and what everyone else has got, that's another thing with anxiety, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm saying I'll look at it unless I know you and your friend or your friend or something like that. I'll have a look, but I won't look at random people.
Yeah,
scroll through random people's social media. But I'll only look at people I know. That's fine. I just allow me to. Should we round up? Call it a day. 30 minutes.
We'll wrap
it up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Nice one for watching, guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Well,
any questions?
We'll get
drop anything in the feed, or if anyone's got anything. Yeah.
I'm gonna have my tea now, and then I'm gonna have a bath and get in bed.
Enjoy.
Cheers, pal. Till next Wednesday.
Right. Nice one. See you later, mate.
Bye.